What's up, universe? Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, use Instagram, YouTube, and beyond, wherever you are working or watching in the world. What's up? Welcome to ClapBack Queens. This is the only show where I, your host, Joy the Goddess Sanchez, I basically sit and interview and collect stories with people that I believe are leaders of what I call clapback culture. Now, what's clapback culture? Clapback culture is the name that I gave to the modern counterculture that's happening right now. That's been happening for the last decade or so. The way that we think differently, we work differently, we create differently, we put our faith in different things. We don't follow traditional rules of law, governance, and education, and we believe in equity for people. Like, we just believe different things, and we work differently. And here we are now with our own show, because you know what? I'm not waiting for NBC to knock on my door when I know there are a million people that need to hear some of the things that are said, like on this show. Man, I'm really excited too. Our guest today is someone that I have known a long, long time. And truth be told, I don't think I know that much about him. So I'm really excited to talk to him. He's a producer, audio engineer. Sometimes he's a rapper too. He obviously works out. That's why I threw up the thirst trap for him today. Because, women get it done all the time. Like, why can't we thirst trap with some dudes sometimes? That's right. He has Host Six Pack out and he's here with us in the studio today. So give a warm clap back welcome. We're clapping it up for Rashim Ade. Hey. Welcome to my show. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What's up? How are you?
Hey, what's up, everybody? First, I want to thank Joy for hosting me. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the opportunity. I want to get that out the way first. And hello, everybody. If you're tuning in, what's up? It's Rashim. I do. What up?
Hey. For mad long, I didn't realize that was two names.
Yeah. The last name is actually my All right. Since you don't know too much about me, let's start there. I grew up practicing Yoruba. So it's similar to Santeria and stuff like that. It has like Orishas, like Obatala, Shango, Yemaya, stuff like that. But I grew up in that culture. So Adefemi was my Yoruba name. So everybody called me Adefemi.
Oh, nice.
Ade for short. So that's why I get Rashim Ade. It's just two of my names.
Nice. You know what? I know I used to know somebody named Ade, so that's interesting. My stepdad's name is actually not my stepdad, but like my brother's father's name is actually Ade.
It's like Ade is like a start to a lot of Nigerian names. It'd be Ade Oluwa. I think that means the love of God. So it's like Ade Femi. It's different, different little names that come from it.
Cool. See, look at that. I'm learning stuff every day. As you should. You should always be learning new things. Yeah. And it's not that I didn't know that much about you. It's just that, like, you know how artists are. We
used to see each other on the move and
we see each other all the time, right?
Yeah.
But like when you only see each other on the move, you don't really have like deep conversations. At least in my experience, I feel like we don't have deep conversations enough, or like we don't really know that much about people. And so when you like don't see them for a while, it's easy to just like go with what you hear or like what you think or what you see on social media. So I like being able to talk to folks. I like having these conversations because it lets me, I used to have the brunches just to be able to like chill with people a little bit more outside of like our jobs, like our work. You know what I'm saying? But like now we can't do that. So here we are now, ClapBack Queens. Hey!
Black inside. Yeah,
you don't clap like this, yeah. Just like this. That's how we clap.
Black inside. So it may hurt a little bit. You'll get used to it, black folks.
Yeah, right. So since not just me, can you tell the folks, because I don't know who knows you out there in, the folks watching, if you want to give catch our audience up onto who Rashim Ade is.
For the most part, I would say most importantly, I'm a father first. I have a 10-year-old son. I don't know if anybody knew that, but I have a 10-year-old child. So that's the most important role that that's the most rewarding role for me as far as being a person and a human being. But I'm a producer, music producer, engineer. I went to school for all these things. I went to school for audio engineering. I went to college for music performance actually. So they had us in there singing and shit, so I can sing. Uh, I've went to choir while I was a kid, Glee Club, you name it. I went through all of it. I battle rapped in California. That's why I have my LA shit on right now because I'm going Friday.
What?
Yeah, I got some music shit to do out there Friday.
Nice.
I have another a podcast to do out there Friday, a video podcast. Um, from a friend that I knew since high school, and it's just I'm just getting reacquainted with people that I lost touch with like 16 years. I haven't been back in 16 years.
Wow. So how long did you live in Cali?
I lived in I went to high school in California. I went from 10th grade to first year of college.
Cool.
So, but my 9th grade, I went to Reading High School in Stone Mountain, Georgia, in Atlanta area. And I went. And fun fact, I befriended a rapper named Sahai the Prince. So Sahai the Prince, we used to sit Sadell, as I know him. We used to sit at the same lunch table, and it was the same crew. My homeboy, me, Mike, Sadell, Mike, Trevor. I can remember that. And then I went to California and ended up going to school with Tessa Thompson and Dom Kennedy.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So, yeah. And you came back to New York?
Yeah, I came back to the fucking New York, the struggle wuggle.
What keeps bringing you back to New York? Like, what is it about the city?
It's like it's a beast to tame, like, because I can tell you from like my experiences in California was wonderful. Like I had my ex-girlfriends lived in mansions. I'm not gonna lie about this. You feel me? Like I woke up like so it was like a whole different lifestyle. No, it was a whole crazy like me coming from rough ass New York, being homeless and you know what I'm saying, and living in shelters and shit. Going to California, I did live in a shelter the first year of high school. Nobody knew that, but it was a funny story with that. I just told my homegirl about this. Sophie Stifle, her father Frank Stifle actually won an Oscar a couple years ago, and he used to work exclusively with Kobe Bryant. He did all the Kobe Bryant Adidas commercials. So one time when I was living in the shelter, she invited me to her house, and I walked in her house and I recognized her house. I was like, yo, this house was in the Kobe Bryant commercial. And that's what she told me, oh, my pops does this. And I'm just like, yo, I told her years later, I was like, yo, I was living in a shelter. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
you brought me into $1 million home, and I was sitting here like, yo, this is it. Not like to say that on some materialistic shit, but I knew that that's what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to be able to provide for my family on that extent.
And that even on that and on that vein, like I don't think that it's really a materialistic thing. I've been, one of the things I've been on this year is like really changing my vibration around money. Yeah. Because a lot of us believe, and to some extent, maybe I don't know if you were raised like this, but I know I was raised to not talk about money. When I was a kid, my family had money. We had, we lived in a nice house. My grandparents owned a second house. I was getting bused to school. Like I lived in a really nice area of Brooklyn. And my grandparents had a little bit of money, so we comfortable. But then when I moved in with my mom as a teenager, and we actually had to live in some poverty, and I saw what the real difference was of not having money and having money. Something I've learned in my life is that we're kind of taught to associate being broke with being good, right? Like if we have money, we're gonna become evil, right? Because they keep saying the root of all evil is money. It's like, no, money is not the root of all evil. If you are evil and you get money, it just exposes who you already are.
I've met, like, in my times in California, I've met some of the most beautiful human beings, and most of them have money. You feel me? Like, not to say that everybody has their moments as human beings, the same way how we have our moments and we fucking piss poor. You know what I'm saying? The difference is that I think ours are more frequent. That's all. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's just like, And that's the difference. It's like you don't have to stress and worry about, you're not in this constant stress situation where the things that stress you out when you have money is just, you might be in a board meeting, it just drops a whammy on you, like, oh, the stock down 31%, and you just like, now you got to deal with it. And it's all about a matter of your ingenuity, your mind, and depending on how good you are, you're not going to even stress about that shit.
And that's also, but that's also what I'm saying. Like, I don't think that, you know, there's, I just feel like there's a stigma that we attach to it, that Black people attach to it, that like, oh, I'm not supposed to want money because then I will be, you know, I'll be evil or I'll be a materialistic person. It's like, no, we're supposed to want the best possible life for us and our children. So like, it's not a bad thing to want to have your bills taken care of, right? And then also, like I said, I'm changing my vibration around money, because what I notice is that, like, when you stay in a, you know, and this is who I've always been, but I think that when you allow yourself to remain stressed about what you don't have, you just keep not having it. You know what I'm saying? You keep having, like, if I keep stressing, oh, I don't have enough money to pay this bill, or I don't have enough money to pay my rent, and that's all I focus on, then that's all the fuck that happens, is that I still don't have enough money to pay my rent. No matter how much money comes to me, I'm still thinking I don't have enough money to pay my rent. I don't have enough.
You're supposed to be focusing on, how can I make myself better so I can make more income, and I can do this and do that. You feel me? It's not the problem. You can't focus on the problems. The problems are always gonna be there. Bills are always gonna be there. And that's why I tell my cousin, I was like, the world gonna burn. Just make sure you're on the beach, motherfucker. The beach don't never burn.
I like that.
Always palm trees around the beach. Just don't make it over there. But you know what I'm saying? So it's like we have to get to a point where we don't show contempt for money. We look at it as prosperity, but at the same time, be true to yourself. I want these nice things because when I was a motherfucking little kid, I wanted a BMW. Like, that's the kind of car I wanted. I saw all other cars. It was either BMW or a 64 Chevy. And guess what? All them shits is expensive. So I got to do my due diligence, work for it to get it. However, I got to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, you know, mind over matter. Always. And once you have that philosophy, you don't stray from it. Once you get those things.
Yeah. Yeah. Or at least you shouldn't. You shouldn't. I think that people that change with money were just always fucking being fake in the first place. No, maybe. Or maybe we just weren't paying attention. You know what I mean? Like, it's possible. I feel like there's a lot of things, again, like, this is a part of the reason for the show, is because, you know, I feel like as an artist, artists are like very malleable most of the time, or very versatile. I know that personally. I just always have this vibe of like being able to adjust and always kind of be a chameleon in some instances. So it's like, you know, sometimes I look one way and I sound one way, and people will think that that's all I am, right? But then you'll see me on another time in another way, and you'll be like, oh, she done changed. It's like, nah, she just switched up for the day. You know what I'm saying? Do you find that to be something in your art that happens, and like, you know, is it purposeful? Like, is it useful to you?
As far as like using my artistry for a means?
No, just like, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know. I feel like, well, me, I'm in tune with certain things. Like, as far as like, I did my birth chart and it says certain things as far as like the television is the gun pointing at the viewer, and that phrase stuck with me for a minute. I had to figure out what it meant, and I figured it out as far as like, you can use these mediums, these medias to get a certain message across, depending on if you finesse it right.
Right.
So, you know, you can get your gun in the club if you know what I'm saying? Like, you can get the gun in the club if you know how to do your thing. So, like, that's a street analogy. So it's like, the television is like, I figured out my job is to get myself not on just a music level, just to use my music to get myself in front of the camera, not just the cameras, but that stage, so I can just speak my piece. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm more so like, my friends know me is like, my vibe is more like, yo, we could do better. Let's always do better. Let's improve. Man, fuck that shit. Fuck excuses. You know what I'm saying? So I want to look at the world and be like, yo, listen, fuck all that. Oh, you want Grammys and all this? Yeah, I'm like, yeah, fuck all that. Yo, we need to tighten the fuck up. Niggas getting raped, bitches, girls are uncomfortable. Like, what are we doing? Fuck all the. It's not about me. I'm not here for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not here for that. I'm using this platform exactly to raise shit. Exactly what it's called, to raise awareness.
Nice. So what is something that now you're passionate about raising awareness of around with your work?
Self-awareness. Self-awareness. The ability to stop yourself, the ability to be like, wait, hold up. I feel like that is more important for everybody to take that little gem and just run with. So you get to sit there with it and stop you from doing bullshit. You feel me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It squashes a lot of issues. You know what I'm saying? It squashes a lot of issues if you start becoming a little bit more self-aware. Knowing what you're doing, why you're doing it, and how.
Because I be feeling like sometimes I feel like the more self-aware I become, the more others don't like that. Like so.
No, but it's not. See, the thing is like then it's like you stop becoming aware. You stop focusing on yourself and you look up for a second. Like, damn, everybody else doing this though. It's not about that. It's not. It's how you dodge these things, so you can make it to your finish line. It's not how these trees are happen to be falling while you're riding this bike. You're gonna have to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like the trees won't fall. The trees won't fall. You know what I'm saying? And you can't complain about it. You just gotta be the one motherfucker out of 1,000 people that brought the hacksaw with you when you left the crib.
Yeah.
Or the one motherfucker that don't give a fuck about leaving $1,000 bike right there on the road and just start continuing on foot. There's so many ways to the solution, but you just gotta. It's a certain way. You know what I'm saying? It just depending on how you want to be. The trees won't fall though.
Facts.
I'll be on a bus with my power pack, my little things. I'll be seeing people just going through it. I'll be like, that ain't it. You wasn't prepared. You know what I'm saying? Like, and guess what? That's all you can do for these folks. You just look at them like you wasn't prepared and keep it pushing out the frame. You feel me? Because it's like if you see somebody that's 300 pounds hanging off a cliff, what do? You stop to help them?
I'll play. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? I'll call 911. I'll help them by calling 911.
I'm gonna yell as loud, hey, but I need 4 people, man. Is anybody? I'm gonna look at that person, hey, bro, this is your fate, bro. Sorry,
yeah.
You was not. I don't know how you got here, but I don't know, bro.
So speaking of needing more people, how do you move in a pandemic? You know what I'm saying? Like, how has this pandemic maybe affected that whole situation? Because, like, I mean, how do you stay connected with people in this pandemic?
For the most part, it's like past few years I ain't really been fucking with nobody anyway. So it's like this year been regular for me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been the only thing's difference is I'm putting my mask on when I'm doing my deliveries and putting
how does you know
I'm still going to see
like you said, you're rare too, because you're one of the few people that, like me, have always had children. The whole time I've known you out here, being an artist, like you have always had a kid. So how has that affected your work, or maybe informed your work, or inspired it?
I feel like it made I did food delivery, so in the beginning of this pandemic, that shit was sweet. Everybody was home ordering Uber. I was like, keep going. So
no, I mean like your artwork, your work as an artist.
Oh, okay. You know what it does? It really doesn't. My personal life really doesn't affect my art form because I try to find like concepts and themes to speak on, or if it's not showcasing my lyrical ability, you feel me?
Yeah.
This would be songs that showcasing my lyrical ability, or just like I'm choosing certain themes and topics to speak on. Like, so it's like I don't pay too much attention that's going on in the news, whatever, because I feel like those things affect what I put out. So I kind of keep myself in a little bubble and take things as they come to me, and so it's true to me. You feel me? So it's like it's not
Yeah.
is a difference between what I'm doing and the next person is doing.
Right. Kind of keeps you focused.
It's pros and cons to that. It's pros to
yeah.
cons.
How do you
I'm
feel
not as
about
informed as everybody else.
I mean, I don't think anybody could truly be informed in this day. Like now
Yeah.
there's a lot going on that we will just always not be privy to. You know, we won't always have all the information, you know, which is why I want to know, like, how do you feel being a parent in this pandemic? Like, how does that, or does it in any way change or affect how you move through the world, or like how you deal with the world and your kid?
It made me more kind of more conscious of what his time is being spent on. You feel me? Because I know that they have more time now. So
Yeah.
I know that the idle minds of the devil. So it's like I always try to reiterate, you know, activity, whether it be mental activity, physical activity. You know what I'm saying? But the thing that makes me it's hard to know instructions from here, and he lives there. You know what I'm saying? Like he lives 3 hours away. So I always have some sense of anxiety when it comes to my son because he's not at arm's reach. So it's like,
Do you get to see him as often now?
yeah. Like this year, I seen him the most because I had so much time too. Like shout outs to the government for sending the packages. You feel me? Like that was crucial. That enhanced my life. It gave me the opportunity to even have a better relationship with my baby moms. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like we good now. Like we at a place right now where I would never thought we would have been at, and that shit's crazy.
Wow.
That shit's
Wow.
crazy to me. Like it baffles me. Like we are friends. You feel me? We could talk about going
Yeah.
on dates and all that shit in front of each other. Like, yo, man, these niggas tripping, right? You bitches tripping, right?
No. That's so beautiful to see too, to hear. You know what I mean? Because I'm divorced. And something that has always been like a point of pride with me is that my ex-husband and I, like, after the bitter time, right? Because there's always gonna be a bitter time. Like
Yeah,
nobody, if you really love
you
somebody,
don't realize the storm is over.
right? The storm is always, it's gonna pass, but like there's always gonna be a time for, like, right after a breakup where, yeah, I'm gonna be bitter, I'm gonna be jaded, I'm gonna be upset because my heart is broken, right? I really love this person, especially when you made a child with them. Like that's a whole other type of breakup. And so, like, but maybe 2 to 3 years after, we got back to our friendship, and we've been very good friends, right? We've been divorced 8 years now, and almost 9 years. So we've been really good friends for the last 7 years, right? Still, like, I
Yeah.
can call him with computer shit, like shit that's got nothing to do. And I noticed that, like, it usually bugs people out. So I'm like so happy to hear that y'all are friends, because I think that's essential. You know what I mean?
Not, it's you know what it is. It's a simple formula of misery wants company. You know, a lot of these things don't work out for these folks. So it's like when somebody had like, I get the skepticism too when it comes to dating and girls just inquire about that. You know, I'm just like, yo, so you go see your son? Like, yeah, I sleep up there and everything. Like, they be like, oh, you sleep at her house? I'm like, yeah, I sleep at her house. Like, she has a 2-story house. Her room is upstairs. I'm on the couch. If she decides to sleep there, a lot of times she's at her boyfriend's house. You know,
Right.
like, I respect her. Out of respect for her boyfriend, she don't sleep there when I'm there.
But see, I think that's
Sometimes she
also
do.
the major clapback. Like that's a major clapback in the way that you and I live our lives, because we need to normalize um you know, the parents of children getting along and having relationships outside of them. Because when you can, I think about it like this, right? When you can see when you're matured enough to understand that your relationship with your child should not be dependent on the relationship with the person you made that child with, that is a major fucking clapback, because people want you, like, imagine like the way that the welfare systems are set up. For example, there are some programs where, like, if you are a complete family, you will get no help, you will get no housing, you will wait years. I waited for like almost more than 10 years for an apartment and didn't get it because we were a family. It was crazy.
On child support. Look, I'm on child support because my son has Medicaid. Like, I can't get my passport license, all like this dumb shit like that. Just cause, and I told her, I was like, yo, listen, all right now, they gonna fuck me over. You ain't gonna know it, but later it's gonna fuck me over.
Yeah, they do it. They do it. They take back, and people don't know this off bat, right? If you know who you're, even if, like, when I went a long time ago, my ex-husband, before we got married, I was on welfare. They took him to court for child support, even though I told them, listen, he helps me pay my rent. He pays the rent for my apartment directly. You know what I'm saying? I'm not making enough to do this other stuff for the kid. And they were like, we don't care. They still hit him with child support, even though he was helping us take care of us. And it's just because I needed Medicaid for me and my son at the time. And I was getting a little bit of cash assistance for the utilities. And we did that shit.
I know. I've been in court a lot of times for that shit, man. Just staring here, looking at her like,
right.
No,
and
like,
they'll do it. The city will do it, even if it doesn't matter.
Throwing them jail now. I'm like, see.
And it doesn't matter what you tell the city, right? It doesn't matter what I tell the city. The city will still they automatically do this for parents who are not together.
Yeah.
It's really fucking despicable.
It's something to pay attention to, because it's by design. It's by design to separate the family. Like, nah, we're gonna struggle together. Y'all straight. We're gonna struggle together. Y'all straight.
But see, that's why I said that's the major clapback about getting along with, being able to shift how you see and cultivate family, right? Because just because we're not together don't mean we're not family. Like, I call me and tell me that he's in the hospital or something's wrong. I'll drop what I'm doing to take care of him because he's still my family. I'm not his wife, but he's still my family. You did?
Yeah.
Like, and I think, like, when you can raise your children in that understanding of, like, of how to still be family without being traditional family, I think that's such a clapback. That's major, dog. It's major.
Her parents be boggled by me, because for not for nothing, my baby mom's white, my son is mixed, so they white asses be looking at me like, you still here?
Yeah, you're still here? Oh my god. How has that played into your relationship? Like, do you think race ever played like was that ever a part of the tension in your relationship?
It played a major role when we was together living in small town New York, Binghamton, because she couldn't hear my complaints, which was valid. You know what I'm saying? I was saying that we couldn't thrive here. Let's move somewhere else so we can thrive together. Not one person, because she was from that area, so she was situated. You feel like, and I wasn't. So I'm just trying to still figure out my pieces. Plus, I'm a music dude, so there's no way in hell this shit was gonna shake for me here.
Right.
So I'm
not popping off.
Let's go to North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to North Carolina. Let's pick something, like let's fucking restart over. You feel me? Like, and it just wasn't being heard. So I was just like, you know what? I gotta go. You feel me? Like, because I gotta be happy. I'm not gonna be around this bitch moping and depressed, and not for my child. I ain't gonna be able to raise him right.
Do you have, now that your son is 10? I don't know if he's a light. I don't know what he looks like. I've never seen your son, but like, do you have these conversations about race with him now? Like, it being in the world what it is now, and he's a little bit older.
Not really. Like, he knows distinctively that what he is, you know what I'm saying, but it's not a problem as far as what he how he identifies. He probably identified. He's probably like, he's my child. He's like, I'm gonna say, before I'm black, I'm Rasheem, who is a black man. You feel me? I was like, Rasheem is a black man. That's right. No, well, I'm Rasheem, and I happen to be a black man. So, for him, it's like he has the same outlook. Like, I'm Zaire, and whatever that little shit y'all calling me, yeah, whatever. Okay, I got blue eyes. Whoop-de-doo. He don't even give a fuck about the eyes he got. You feel me? My son has blue eyes, and he don't care. He be like, the world's going crazy for this, but I don't care. Like, he's so cool. So it's like, for him, it's not a conflict. I feel like at the end of it, he's gonna get the best of both worlds, whatever that, however that may be. I don't know what the best of that world is, but he's gonna get the best from this side, and he's gonna get,
So
he got to be balanced. So my goal is to balance him out. However,
how do you find balance? How do you find balance yourself?
I take things as they come. As far as like, when I get mad, I embrace it, and I just try to figure out why I got mad. After, once I become in my right mind, but it's just like, I like to feel things, and then be like, why did I feel that? You know what I'm saying? And I don't like to feel stupid about it afterwards, because sometimes if you try to hold back, you don't get to feel that stupid, that bad feeling that's supposed to speak to your soul and make you be like, you know what, I gotta correct this. And people be hiding back certain behaviors, and they just be holding back, and then they blow up, and they don't know how to deal with it, because it's like they've been holding that shit back for so many years. With me, I just take the explosion and take for cover. I just throw the grenade and be like, all right. So it's like,
nice.
I try to take my lessons that way. You learn way faster than people, because things are that more drastic, and you get their lessons faster. Everything's fast.
What's a good lesson for you? Like, what are some of the lessons you've taken away from 2020?
From 2020?
Yeah.
Preparation. This was the year to prepare. This was the year to prepare. You didn't, like, for the people that was on the verge where they was trying to figure out if they wanted to change careers, this was the time to do it. The people that was on the verge of like, I need to fix my body, this was the time to do it. All the things that you was on the verge of, like all the people that was on the verge, they probably did their thing. Everybody that was down in the trenches, they probably got deeper in the trenches, and that's that's what happened. That's what they said: the rich got rich and the poor got poor. But the people on the verge, they either fell or rose. Some people just like, all right, I'm like, some people like got different bodies during this year, like straight up. I see some people, I'm like, damn, I saw a girl on the train I used to mess with. I was like, I don't even recognize this motherfucker.
Yeah, word. This has been a transformative. I feel like this is a transformative year.
She was looking at me, didn't want to say nothing. Look, she like this. She didn't want to say nothing.
Sometimes you want to be who you are, not who you were.
Yeah.
I've been out, because I shaved my head late summer, right? I went bald. So I've been in places where like I've stood right next to people in their face and they did not recognize me. And I let it rock.
I saw you on the train. I was like, what up, Joy? You ain't fooling me, like, yo, what up?
Sometimes, but this is it. This is the thing. It's like sometimes you want to be who you are and not who you were. And like, I know at least in my life, if I'm not 100% on where we stand as people, and I think I see somebody, but like, I'm not sure. If I'm not sure about what our relationship is or like how we vibe, then I'll let it rock. I'm not even going to acknowledge it. And then like, if I notice other people and they don't notice me back or they can't see me, I just let that rock. Because to me, that's the universe protecting me or protecting them or protecting me from them in some way. Like, I just feel like there's reasons why whenever I change form, some people can see me and some people can't. And I could be right in their face. You know what I mean?
It's funny you said that because in the past couple years, I don't know if you knew, but I don't really talk to Mandela and them no more. You feel me? Like, we fell out.
No, I don't.
But I don't talk. I haven't talked to Mandela in 2 years. But it was I felt like the casualties of war from that. I was in a place where I wasn't sure certain people would fuck with me. You feel me? Like, so it's like I saw some people didn't want to say nothing, and I'll be like, all right, they don't fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? And some people who's mutual friends, they be like, yo, what up? And that's how I gauged it. Like, all right, and just kind of like, and I just didn't talk about it. You feel me? And they never talked about it, and we just kept on.
I think that if you are able to talk about it, like there are people that I used to be around heavy, and suddenly there were problems that I didn't understand, and when I would try to talk about it, I just feel like it all ties into being seen and not being seen, right? If you feel like you are seen, then it is more likely. If I feel like I'm seen, it's more likely I will keep showing up, right? But if I feel like I'm not being seen the way that I actually am, then I'm not going to keep showing up as that version that you expect me to be. And we could sit and we could converse about it. We could talk about it and maybe get to a point of mutual respect. But if I feel like I don't get the respect I deserve, or like I notice things that are wrong, like I'll say something about it. And if that don't rock with you, it's okay. That just lets me know that this is not the place for me. And sometimes it's okay to grow apart from people. It's okay to grow apart. It's okay. I love that. The fact, I just love like this whole fact that I didn't know that there was anything between y'all. You know what I'm saying? That like that relationship had felt anyway.
I'm just saying that's just a testament of me trying to. I'm just a cool dude, so it's like my business is my business, and I didn't want it to spread as far as it did. You feel me? Like you know what I'm saying? So it's like it was just a reaction of like I'm just not gonna bring it up. It's just like I'm not gonna bring it up if nobody else is gonna bring it up. If somebody want to talk about it, I'll tell them as far as like it happened, and I'm not gonna get into all as far as the details but it was like more so how I felt that way. The same thing you were just saying as far as I wasn't being showcased in a way where I felt like was fair to me. Just like other people like BGP. I'm like when you say something, I'm a part of something. I'm thinking of it like a gang, a family. I don't want nobody. I don't want no outsiders. If we do have outsiders, I have a fucking mafia meeting and have them prick their finger, like you know what I'm saying. So I was like, I was so welcoming to bring other people in the fold, but it was more so like, all right, let's pick this person because this person has a following, but not actually have certain BGP members fully on the card. You feel me? So it's like, and I used to have me scratching my head, like, what's going on over here? Like, what's the plays about?
You felt like you weren't getting enough of your own time, like you weren't.
Just not even about me. It's just like just certain things. Like anybody. Like I felt like it's like with 7 people in the crew, it should feel like Wu-Tang. It should. You know what I'm saying? It could have came a little bit harder. Like it was cool, but we could have came a little bit harder. And I was just trying to push a certain energy, and some people, like I was the only one that had more free time than anybody, and I can understand why. Why everybody else didn't have the energy to do certain things that I did. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody else was working.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? That's the adult reality of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like me, I'm all in with this music shit, doing music all day, and everybody else is working. So I'm hyped.
But that's not fair. We gotta make money for the music. You know what I'm saying? We gotta make money for the music.
No.
But now, now that we coming into 2021, like I feel like more people have been able to put time to the music. So what have you been doing with your music this year? Because that was then. This is now. So now, what you doing with this music, Rashid?
Right, this year I've dropped 2 releases on iTunes, Spotify, all streaming platforms. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have distribution. I'm working on this album. I'm working on Road Trip.
What's the album you dropped this year?
No, I dropped 2 songs. I dropped Never Rest, and I dropped Nude Garments. And I'm actually working on the video. January. I'm working on shooting the video in January. If you want to show up to it, you can come. You can pull up. I need female extras. I have a fun little idea.
The video?
My sister's actually directing the video. My mom was like, why don't you ask your sister? She's plugged into all the photographers. That's what she does. Like, I'm like,
what does your sister do?
My sister, she does photography and stuff like that, modeling, and she clothing. Like she's like the fuck, she makes clothes. I don't know the word for it.
She's a designer.
She does anything like she's a tourist. So you know tourists are. Tourists, they are queens and kings of the aesthetic and physical world. So by all means, even her personal look, she has tattoos all over her face. Like she looks like something. You feel me? Like she know how to get people's attention. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I need that. And it's gonna make me uncomfortable because our styles are not the same. I'm very minimalistic, basic, and she's very like wear a whole plaid shirt underneath a plaid, like different plaid color. Like she'll go all out. But I want to utilize her eye.
Nice.
Make it about family too. It'd be cool. My first video shot by my sister.
That's dope. Like, yo, y'all should Brady Bunch that shit and just like fucking. I noticed that the you know, if you look at some of the biggest stars in Hollywood, like they keep it in the family. You know what I'm saying? They keep it in the family. Like that's how you strengthen your legacy and like build the legacy and shit. You know what I mean? Start bringing your son onto that shit.
I can trust that trust. What? That fucking trust. That's the thing that start eating at you the higher you go up. Like I've worked at I interned at Capitol Music Group back in 2007 and 2008. I was an urban marketing intern, and you know, it was a very major record label, and you know, I was in the building, and you know, it's just the higher you get up, it's harder to trust people. It's like it comes with the territory, definitely in that industry. And I just had the luxury, and that's why another thing where I was kind of like frustrated with certain situations in the group because I had a certain background in history that, like, I was the music guy. Nobody else went to school for this shit, did this shit when I was a kid. Like, I'm like, why don't they fucking listen? Major record labels. Okay. All right.
Well, what is something? All right. Let's say I'm like, yo, Rashid, what would you do? What could you do for me as an artist? Like, what could you do for me as an artist? Like, this is a serious question. I'm looking for a manager. What up? I'm looking for a manager, by the way. So go ahead. What would you do for me?
All marketing aspects, like I've learned. Like, I feel like I come from the umbrella of Diddy as far as marketing goes. And you know, as anything, he's the king of marketing in this hip hop shit. Like nobody can market. I don't give a fuck. I got argue. I hate this motherfucker. Like, not even say I hate him, but like he ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? But his marketing strategies. It's Queen's Gambit. It's Queen's Gambit style. It's like he's putting his front in your face. It's like, so I come from the umbrella of that because my boss, Leo Tate Blacknor, she worked with him for 15 years, and I just soaked up my stuff from her. So it's like I learned I was good at marketing, like really good. Just like putting like, and really what marketing is just showcasing and bringing out a natural product. You know what I'm saying? Like, say, who is Joyce Sanchez? And you just have to start asking certain questions. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know how you want to see yourself perceived, what colors you want associated with you. Like, these are certain conversations you have when we have in these marketing meetings. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so cerebral. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? So it's like, I don't know. I could do a lot. I do artwork.
How would you market an artist? What would you tell? How would you advise like people to market themselves? What's the best way to market yourself, you think, in 2021 in a post-pandemic world, right? We can't do the street teams no more. We can barely like go busk, and you know, there's no shows like that. It's all live stream. So like, what's your advice for that, for marketing in the post-pandemic world?
If you are on any of these streaming platforms, you get the percent, or you get the numbers from that, the stats from that, and you start looking at your demographics. That's the first thing you look. You say, what are my demographics? What is my core fan base? And at that point, you decide if you want to expand on your core fan base or you just want to cater to your core fan base. And you're just trying to find ways to find those people. And you just have to ask yourself, who is my listener? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it the dad, the 35-year-old dad dropping his kid off at school, playing, you know, my song before, you know, 7:30 in the morning, like dropping his kid to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you start identifying, trying to figure out where are these people at? What do they like? What shows do they like watching? What they at on Instagram? Like, do they like basketball? And these people are there. You just gotta try to find them. You gotta get into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta get kind of in depth as far as doing research, as far as who is your demographic, and locating them. You know what I'm saying?
But
Like,
in the time, I feel like everyone in the world has ADD now.
yeah.
Like with the emergence of the internet, like there's no like. It's so hard to get someone's attention, to keep somebody's attention. You know what I mean?
Do you feel like, as artists, should we cater to that, or do we keep on fighting and be like, to preserve something that that may be a dinosaur? Because like me, I like making songs that's like 2:45, 3 minutes. Because I know at the end of the day, that's what radio is gonna play. So I'm trying to think at the tippity top and account for that and let it all trickle down.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm writing songs where I'm not really cursing that much. You feel me? Like, I'm not even trying to curse. It don't sound like no Will Smith shit, but I'm trying to just eliminate the middleman. You feel me?
It can be Toby and Wingway shit, because Toby don't curse either.
You said what?
Toby and Wingway?
Yeah.
He don't curse either. And his shit is hard.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Hard. Yeah, I just listened to a Toby song he had with Black Thought and
yeah, it's just fire.
Yep. A lot of people dropping music today. J. Cole dropped a video. Somebody else.
And I really respect Toby and Wingway because he's purely self-made. Like his shit, his production, his videos, his band is all his people's. Like they just did this shit and been doing it for years. The choreographies by his wife, like his whole thing is a family-based thing. That's why I really like what you said about working with your sister. I think like if y'all work together,
Toby, I like him because what you said is like it's just all in-house. He just keeps it him. Russ, I like Russ. Some people love him or hate him, but I really like Russ. I like Russ. When I hear Russ, I kind of figure out these are songs I want to make on a major level eventually.
Yeah,
he just beat me to it. But I like because he does all his shit himself. He engineers himself. He does mixes stuff. He makes all his beats.
But don't you think does I got a question for you, right? Because like one of my things during quarantine was like figuring out how much I actually wanted to do so that I could still be an artist, right? And I figured out I want to manifest staff, right? Because doing your own marketing and doing your own production and doing the writing, that doesn't exhaust you?
To some extent, I eventually, yeah. But I'm also have faith in that my energy level is different than everybody else's. I'm always the last to sleep. I'm always the last to sleep, first to get up. Like, I want this shit. You feel me? Like, I don't know. My body reminds me if sometimes I forget. You feel me? Like, it does. You feel me? Like, because it's just like I really want it. I've been too close. I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I've been rubbing shoulders with certain people, and it's just like, even like just like if just thinking on hindsight, like high school, I was next to people that end up being in Marvel movies and on Nipsey Hussle albums. You feel me? Like, so that the feeling was always there. God was always reminding me that, nigga, you dope. Look at your company you keeping. Just look back at your life and look at the company you was keeping. Like, you just be diligent. Don't get mad. Your time will come. My mom said something to me a couple years ago. She's like, you always been a late bloomer. And I was like, and I exhaled. I was like, I could finally fucking relax.
Yeah,
like, she said that. She said that to me with like casualties. Like,
not a sprint,
it was so
guys.
casual.
Not a sprint.
It was casual. Like, sometimes like, I'm a Leo, so I have this immense I'm a sun sign, so I have all this sun nuclear energy in me, and I just kind of like it's kind of hard for me to explain to people, but it's like I gotta do it's hard for me to go to sleep. I gotta do push-ups and work out and shit before I go to fucking sleep.
Yeah.
Like, I can't go to bed with energy left in the tank. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like,
it's hard to put that fire out.
Yeah, it's
both my son and my ex-husband are Leos. So I totally dig that. I understand.
A little cigarette butt can just ignite that shit again. If I got a cigarette butt lit and I lay down and I have one little thought before I go to sleep, I'll fuck around, pop back up, and end up making a song. You feel me? Like, and be
But
dead
that's
ass tired.
healthy. That's what's up. That's healthy. You got to get that shit out. You can't, I learned that like if you can't quiet your mind, it doesn't really matter. Like your whole everything can go to shit if you don't quiet your mind. Like it all starts and ends in the mind. You know what I mean? So
I call it maniac mode.
I want to know. All right. So outside of meditation, what do you do to get all of this, the thirst trap popping? What's your workout routine? Because that flyer was a thirst trap flyer that I threw out there.
You know what it is? It's the fact that I have all this energy. It's like I have to go do something with it before I go. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll go work out in the morning before I even do anything, because that'll get me going. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing that I really get. I don't drink coffee. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like I smoke my little weed and shit. I drink my little beer whiskey shots once in a while, but I don't do no crazy thing to need to push me. Like I took an adderall like a couple weeks ago and was up for like 3 days. I was like, I don't need this shit. Yo, I painted sneakers. I painted sneakers. I physically text 200 people. I did all type of shit that day. I was like, crazy. Nah, I can't fuck with no uppers, man.
No, I'm already high strung. It's not for everybody, and I'm told that you have to, like, it's often because certain things are not meant to be done recreationally, like things like Adderall or any drug. It really like takes time for your body to acclimate. So like that's why you're not supposed to like just be thrown into pools like that.
I took a whole pill at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that.
Lunch.
That's not its intended use. This is not for its intended use.
Yo, no, my baby mom said, yo, she told me how she took Adderall. She's like, yeah, I took a pill and broke it up in quarters. I said, wait, quarters?
Yeah. Yeah.
I took a whole one, girl. It's still in my system. And I took another one after, like 2 days later. I was like, oh, I'm Gucci.
Because that's somebody is supposed to
coach me into that.
You take it in quarters like this so your body can get used to it and create a schedule around it, like the way that it'll work in your body, right? Because it's meant for people who have ADD. And like I said, the whole world has ADD now. It's like everything. Yeah. I can't even read. I don't know what the internet is, but I don't like it.
That shit had me tripping, yo. Then afterwards, my whole body was aching. Like my heart had knots all everywhere. I'm like, that shit, man, my muscles tensed up. Oh, I feel like shit. I felt like shit afterwards. I was like, it was just my body too. It was just like, what the fuck? My neck was hurting. I'm good now though. You know, I got that shit. It took 2 weeks. It took 2 weeks, but I'm good now to get out my system. But nah, it's yeah, this music thing is like, it's tricky because you gotta understand what kind of music you're trying to put out and who you trying to who is gonna listen, who's really gonna honestly take time to listen to you. Certain friends you have, like I don't know if it is for you, but I know it's certain friends you have are just super fans. Like you start with them first. You know, like it's certain friends
those are my feedback people. Like I present new work to their friends that like also genuinely like my stuff. So those people are the people that I bounce ideas off of because they like my work. Like we became friends through the work. So like I'll always share with them first their ideas, not like to sell them stuff. Although if they want to buy my stuff, I'm not mad at it.
You gotta utilize them to be the salespeople now. Like I was telling people, I was like, yo, if I share music, right, and you respond back to it like, yo, that was dope and shit like that, I'm gonna be a little bit cocky and say, I know, that's why I sent it to you. So look, I'm in a people business. Look, I'm in a people business where look. Here's my theory on that. I was like, it's more useful for me if you go to somebody else and tell the same thing you would tell me. Don't tell me. Go tell somebody else.
Facts. Tell somebody else. Tell a friend. Tell one of your friends.
Don't ever tell me. If I never hear it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, here's the thing is, as an artist, I get all the numbers, right? So I don't ever have to hear the thank yous. The thank yous come up in the numbers. The fire emojis, the fire emojis comes out in the numbers. You feel me? You don't have to text that to me. Like it'll be a testimony of how much my songs are being played, and that like you don't ever have to say it to me. I'll know it's growing by me watching it. You feel me? Like I'm gonna get those numbers. You feel me? So it's like I'd rather have somebody send the fire emoji to 3 of their friends or their cousin, like, yo, bro, this shit, yo, bro, this nigga spitting, bro. Yo, who you talking about? Yo, Rashim Day, bro. You ain't heard of him? You gotta gas it up. Like, yo, you ain't heard of him? Yo, here, click the link, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we gotta do for each other. You feel me? Like, just gas people shit up, because that's the whole world. That's what it's all about. It's straight gas. All these artists is this, they running off of fucking butane fumes. You feel me? This shit is straight gas. Oh, Drake, oh, this and that and third. Oh, it's the same shit. It's people, just normal people gassing them. Like, yo, you like they going to somebody else. You ain't hear the new Drake song, so it's the same, like the same dynamic. So it's like people gotta do that for you. People gotta do that for you. Don't tell me. You can't even tell Drake. So why the fuck you think you can tell me? You don't even have access to this man.
Because people don't see, you know, that's also it. Like, if you're not Drake, people forget that, like, Drake started there. That started with Drake. Like, we'll share, we'll share the new Beyonce song, or we'll share the new Drake song, or we'll share the new Kendrick song, but we won't share.
No, I'm saying, but it stops. It stops once they get access to you in a way. It's like the fewer conversations going to the next person stop. So it's like if they can tell Drake directly, they're not gonna tell 10 other people. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like the energy is like, if you have this energy hearing a Drake song, you want to tell Drake this shit fire, but you can't. You still like, yo, you didn't hear that new Drake? You go to the next person, like, yo, you didn't hear the new fucking Drake? Yo, you tripping, bro? So it's like you have to figure out as an artist, like, like, let's be real about it. If in a perfect world, you wouldn't be able to contact me and tell me this shit was fire energy. If I did, I'll just see it and just keep it going. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna respond to all these comments and all this stuff at some point. You feel me? So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta get used to certain things and tell them, not like to be an asshole, but it's like, yo, let's be real. Like, you want to have the opportunity to tell Lil Baby this song, so you go tell the next person. That's what happens. It just naturally happens that way, because the energy is still there. It's bottled up. You're just waiting to share it and give it to somebody else. Or, you know what I'm saying?
Whoops.
So people, if you tune in, share. If somebody shares a link, let's share that shit, man. Because at the end of the day, if it's on streaming platforms, those people get paid for those little 0.003 cent every stream, and it's a numbers game. So the boy,
So I like that thank you. It's something I found at the thrift store. It was $5. And so it's a challenge that I've given to myself, that I can only use black paint on it. Like, all the color was already there, except for some spray painting I did. So from this point forward, I can only use black paint.
It looks good. I meant to tell you that when you was on IG the other day.
Thank you. Yeah, I got it. I've almost got it popping. I've got it going in a direction. It's gonna be like another, like, kind of ancestry piece with just like mad faces, I decided. But you see, one is starting up here. It'll be for sale eventually. But the goal is to have it done for Festivus, which is in 2 weeks.
If y'all stream my album so I can have some money and buy her artwork.
How could people stream your album? Where do we stream your album from?
You can stream it on iTunes. It's Rashim Ade. How you spell it? RASHIMADE. And the first single I dropped was Never Rest. That's like a real chill bop. It's a chill vibe. Like, it's a real lullaby type. You know, it's very chill. And the other song is totally opposite. It's a very hip hop, old school sounding, boom bap-ish, like, you know, 90s type of lyrical song. Where that one is called Nude Garments. NUDE, like, you know, nude, like naked, and garments, like as in clothes. And I can't wait to shoot that video. That video is gonna be very interesting.
Cool. That sounds dope.
I might end up. I ain't gonna give it away. Never mind. It's like I have a hip hop little punchline coming, but I'll let you. we could talk about that off of air.
All right. Before we
I'm gonna get it away, huh?
So we gotta wrap up, but before we wrap up, do you want to play a song for us?
Sure, I'm gonna play this new freestyle I made because I'm going back to LA, and yeah, this is new. I just recorded this. Probably I finished mixing it today. But it's an LA freestyle. I'm gonna play it for my homeboys when I get there. Hold on. I sampled the Guess Who's Back Kanye song, the beat.
Okay.
I felt it was suitable for me coming back 16 years, so I was like, Guess Who's Back? So it's a little symbolic. Yeah. I got put on for my LA niggas, you know what I'm saying? Guess who back? Yeah, I'm going back to Cali. Up in Inglewood, smoking Zaza in the alley. 16 years, perfect stranger, feel like I'm Balky. A long time away from my peers, but never doubt me. Out west, it's never cloudy. I used to roam the halls with Tessa Thompson and Don Kennedy. My boy C's the best accountant. And from my memories, I recall the West is popping. Moved here in 99, yeah, I slept in Compton. 18, I had a plug all the way in Stockton. I kept it low key, cause I know the streets are watching. You know these bitches gossip, these niggas in your pockets. Still on Rodeo looking jiggy, back and bitches shopping. Yeah, I feel like the Prince of Bel-Air. I came a long way from Section 8 and that welfare. Yeah, I'm ballin', but on point like Sebastian Telfair. This my calling, I'm way better than the rest of my peers. I'm on my grizzly like I'm wrestling bears. Besides the COVID, I day had one exceptional year. Don't get me going. You know I got some powerful inertia when I rap on the track. See, it gotta be a murder. My mind is logically a hurdle. Still sliding down Pico. Mike cops on white and black. Cortez is like the Chico. Smoking on the same block that Craig knocked out Debo. Yeah, my life's a movie. Stay in tune for the sequel. Yeah, that was a little.
That was dope.
I might shoot a video for that in LA.
Why not?
Yeah, I'm planning to. So hopefully everything line up right.
You got to do it in a low rider though.
If everybody's in the LA area, I'm doing a 10:30 Saturday. I'm doing like this homeless feed the homeless clothing shit thing with my homegirl at 10:30 in the morning. So I'm making sure that I go out there. I'm still giving back. I'm still making sure I'm in tune with the streets.
Where is it? You know where it is, so you could tell folks.
What'd you say?
You have a location, or you're just like gonna be all around LA?
It's downtown LA. It's downtown LA. If anybody want the information, they can probably find me on Instagram or Facebook.
Yes.
Rashim Ade on Instagram. Rashim Anderson on Facebook. You can message me. I'll give you the information.
Fine. Thank you so much. That's what I'm talking about. Follow him. Thank you so much for talking to me and just like, shine a little bit more light on who Rashim Ade is. I appreciate you for coming on the show.
Appreciate you for hosting me.
We're going to do some panel stuff in January, so definitely come back.
All right. You still need that couch move, girl?
Yeah, I do. I do, actually. Just like not right now because I don't feel like lifting a couch.
All right, I got you.
I'm going to be in touch about that. See, that's what's up.
I got you. I move stuff for you.
All right, man. Thank you so much for being on the show. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
Hey, so, before I get back to painting, guys, again, I want to give a big shout out and thank you to Rashim Ade. Make sure you follow him, his new projects that are out on iTunes. They're in the comments. Never Rest and Nude Garments are the songs he's got out now, and you can follow him at Rashid Ade on Instagram. So, it's winding down, and we're trying to make rituals in life. So I want to make sure that every time I do a ClapBack Queens episode, I leave y'all with a meditation from Acts of Faith, because we don't know what's going to happen come New Year's. You know what I mean? Also, just to give y'all a little bit of ideas about what's happening with me, and should you be so interested to know. I got my laptop fixed. Yay! Shout out to my number one patron, Daddy, my father, Patrick Adams. Thank you so much for being a patron of the Guidance Arts. Appreciate you here on ClapBack Kings and Queens, because that's like the real ClapBack, investing in legacy. Anyway, my laptop, my baby Zola is fixed. So thank you to everybody that helped with that. I am planning on doing a Festivus festival, right? Festivus. It'll be with the next Pull Up and Potluck on December 20th. I'll figure that out. But basically, it'll be select days where you come through. The gallery will be open. All my art will be for sale. You can have a sit-down 3-course meal, which includes wine pairings, and maybe even get a private show. Not from me. Relax. Some comedy or some music, something like that. Maybe I just didn't use the right words. Anyway, today is December 9th, so I'm going to leave you out with a meditation from Acts of Faith. Oh, and I think it's a good one because December's been really good so far. It's been good for me. Has it been good for you? Let me know. Also, if you want to get on my newsletter, you should go to the site, thegodis.art, and just click. There's a link there. Also, you can buy all the jewelry. I've been like really going in. Maybe I'll do a segment tomorrow. I'm going to think about any segments too. All right. We're building it though. It's coming. And don't forget, on Friday, there is the podcast with Henny Cornelius from Smokes and Jokes Comedy, second funniest comedian in the world, on 9 p.m. Yes, I was buying time to find the page, but I found it. Yay. All right. Were you just doing some work in there?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Shout out to my roommate who's a plumber and just fixed our shower. Yes. Just fixed the drain. December 9th. The quote is from Wayne Dyer. You don't need anything to experience prosperity. Ooh, that's already. You might feel that money will make life more simple. You can begin designing a simpler life right now without money by developing such qualities as inner peace and becoming more organized in your life. Whatever you feel money is going to bring, you can begin to feel those qualities within yourself right now and radiate those qualities outward through your thoughts, words, and actions. Rich feelings draw rich experiences. As you think, the very substance of the universe creates the set of circumstances to bring forth the experience. Thinking and feeling go hand in hand. Thinking is the masculine faculty within us all. Feeling is the feminine faculty. When you integrate your thinking and your feeling, you have a marriage that will produce children, ideas. With an idea, you have an opportunity to create for yourself the exact thing you desire. Begin today to think and feel good into existence. Your good into existence. All that I want, I have right now. The meditation for today is all that I want, I have right now. Yo, facts. All that I have, I do want. And all that I want, I do have right now. So, I just got a really great idea in my head about how to finish this painting. It'll be done in the next couple days and for sale on my website. So hey, go to my website today. Become a patron on patreon.com. It's right down below. On Friday, we have the podcast happening at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you can tune in for that. Lots of funny stuff happening with Henny Cornelius of Smokes and Jokes. With that, and if you are a creator, I don't know if I've said this the last couple times around, but if you are a creator of content, you have an idea for a show, holla at me. Super reasonable stuff. Cooperative moguling, I guess, is what I would call it. Who knows? But It is what it is. We are what we are until we choose to be different. So keep choosing to be yourself because everyone else is taken. Remember to be kind and considerate and patient with yourself and each other. It's still a pandemic outside. Wear a mask. Wash your hands. The God has to go paint. Peace.